Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53, M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP. And it's her last replay from last week. Well, I think you briefly saw that Angelina had the bounty rammer and the vents on this one, as well as I think that was a bounty rotation device. Well, she's now moving off to the east side of the map so she can cover the town. 8-inch howitzer capable of doing 900 alpha and penetrating through 53mm of armor. Almost loaded. Actually, it's 52mm. Nobody in sight yet, but there's probably somebody there. Yep, there is. Panther 88. Landed behind him. Now that's the premium Panther, the one that's most people, if they do get it, thinking, yeah, I've got a Panther 88, but in actual fact, they're not that great. They're more of a sniper tank than a standard Panther. Of course, the standard Panther had the 75mm gun, not the 88. Progetto 66 almost making for the water, and there's something blocking the shot. There's something in a tower, yeah, and it just caught the shell. Yeah, whenever you see the rescue get suddenly obscured or go to red, then you know something is blocking the shot, and unfortunately Angelina's first shot hit the tower. I think it's that big tower, the church tower in the distance, but she's adjusted the position just slightly, and now she should be able to hit this guy. See what she can do. Only seconds away from shooting. Rounds out. Direct hit, right on the money. The standard reload, 40.27 seconds. Angelina's got 32.46. So that's at least 8 seconds off. Next target, Chieftain P. Chieftain prototype taking a bit of a hammering there. Seconds away from shooting. Rounds out. Direct hit right on the front plate. 352 hit points from that one. Now the enemy is still at the other end of the town, but nobody seems to have moved forwards to actually engage them. And our VK1601P is actually getting hit by the enemy Arties. So it kind of looks like the enemy is going to come through the town. Except, well, they haven't done so yet. They'd be foolish not to try. That shell landed right next door to the 50 TP, or is it the 50 prototype? Well, Angelina's adjusted position again very nicely. And we can see now that Chieftain P really splattered across the front plate. He's up by the windmill. And Angelina gets a good shot at him here if she can put it over the top of that ridgeline and down into the dip next to the windmill. The Chieftain's decided to run away. Oh, that was very close. Did get stunned. Now, as you may remember, Angelina managed to get a third-class tanker in one of the previous games earlier in the week. She didn't get anything off the second game on Erlenberg at all, unfortunately. But she did get a third-class tanker, and the highest that Talon managed to get was a second-class tanker, but didn't get any medals. So if Angelina can actually get a second-class, she should be able to match Talon. If she can get a medal as well, she'll beat him off that. Communications expert, which means she got stun assist out of that game, that shot. Again, the enemy is building up on the other side of the town. That T-69's just been tracked, and he's just fixed his track and managed to pull back just in time. he would have been on the receiving end of a round if he hadn't. Again, they're just not pushing through the town, whereas our guys are now starting to move. So it does look as if the enemies failed to take the initiative, and that could be bad for them. Meanwhile, we're looking at that Chieftain P over at the other side of the battlefield, and he's hugging that ridgeline because he knows that if he comes or goes to the bottom, or if he comes to the top, he's going to get hit. We fire blind. It landed short, unfortunately. Still anyone's game because, of course, there's only been 3 kills in the entire game so far. Okay, the Panther 88's just the other side of the building, and Angelina can make the shell land in the building. Well, it didn't on that occasion. It didn't go through the gap. Okay, the enemy have lost another tank in the town, and that now really pushes them back, because the nearest tank to them is now the CS-59 in the center, let alone the TS-69 right at the back of the map. And yes, our sharp YouTuber has gone an end run right around that corner. He's found that T-69, and Angelina's looking at him. Rounds out, looks good. Very good. 359 off a direct hit. It always amuses me when non-Arty players try to play Arty and they fail to get a direct hit. And when Arty players, they get direct hits, they really go for it. And that's when you get the big difference between players who can do the amount of stun assist required and those who just cannot do it. Now notice how Angelina's teasing that red line over the Chieftain. She knows that so long as he's breaking that line, she can get a shot into him, and well, she managed to get 192 from that one. Now the enemy T-69's gone. The team is pushing. It's a 5 tank difference now. And that Chieftain's gone right up against the windmill, which means now he is a viable target. We could get a kill shot here. Rounds out. Yes! Nicely done. Oh, this game does not look as if it's going to last much longer. We just saw the tracer coming from the enemy Arty, which is another M53, M55. Angelina's only got the 1 kill, but she has done a lot of stun assist in this game. And it's starting to tell, I think, on the enemy. Whole bunch of tanks up on this corner. I very much suspect that that ELC is in one of those bushes, spotting our guys but not shooting at them. The 257 is a good shot. Rounds out. Direct hit! Oh, she's hammering them now. There goes the Concept 1B on the end. Oh no, it's actually the Selma on the enemy team that went down. The ELC is now in sight. Angelina's trying to get that 257. There's only 4 enemies remaining. One of them is the Arty down in the dip. That 257 was thinking about pulling back. Unfortunately, the shell zipped past his turret, landed behind him. Now, the enemy Arty is down in this dip at the moment. That's why he can't be seen. We're needing our guys to get over the ridgeline in order to spot him. The E-Boomseeker's coming to sight. Let's see if we can put a round into him. Still got plenty of hit points. There's the Arty. Yep, down in the dip. Fully dialed in and rounds out. Oh, that was another good kill. At least he knew that he was taken out by the opposite Arty, so he was taken out by somebody with a lot of skill. Angelina's going up the other end of the map to close the distance. And there's another reason why she's headed north. There's nobody down south at the moment other than the Object 257 on the enemy team. If Angelina stays down south, she's actually in grave danger, because the 257 might take it upon himself to actually start looking for easy scraps. Okay, very few enemy left. There's that M53 again. He's a one-shot. Angelina's almost dialed in. Rounds out. It lands near him for 40 hit points of splash. So we've still got that Scorpion at the back. There he is. And he's a one-shot. The M53 is one-shot as well. And that means now it's just the 257. And so Angelina really does need to get behind her teammates now. Otherwise she could be the next victim. I wouldn't be surprised if that 257 goes looking for Angelina and suddenly finds out that she's not there. But in actual fact, he didn't go looking, and he's just been spotted on the west side of the map. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for angelina75 OLIMP in the M53 M55. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, she got 8, and she got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on her team, despite the fact she actually got 2 kills in that one as well. Her win rate was 2,743, which is Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see she didn't get the highest damage because the Object 257 on the enemy team managed 4,114 hit points of damage, and he picked up a top gun but no high caliber. So he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool. The second highest, which was the Sentinel, or Stone Sentinel I should say, actually got 3,579. And the third highest damage, well, that went to an Object 590, who managed 2,657. Angelina managed to get 2,298, but she was beaten by 3 members of the enemy team, 2 of her own, which means she's in 6th place overall on damage. But of course, she did get the Confederate. When it came to kills, we can see top scorer was the Object 257 with 6 kills. 4 kills went to the Löwe, and 3 kills went to the Stone Sentinel and the Kunstpanzer. And Angelina just got the 2, I'm afraid, which puts her in 4th place. But when it comes to base XP, we can see Angelina's in 5th place because the Stone Sentinel managed 1,140 and of course picked up the Spartan. 1,125 went to the Löwe and 871 went to the VK 16801P. Sorry there. And of course the E75 managed a cool-headed, and the AC48 managed to get a steel wall. Angelina fired 16 rounds in this game, got 6 direct hits and 1 penetration, 14 splash. Damage of 2,298, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2, and got 1,033 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. She earned 58,000 credits on a premium account and 2,445 experience points as well out of that game. And finally managed to get some stun damage in the game as well. Now, the enemy tank that she actually penetrated was the enemy Arty. It was a precise shot, took the guy out and went right through his armor and gave her a penetrating shot at the end of the game. Now, does this mean Angelina won the Weekend Lion? And the answer is yes, she did win. Because if you recall, it was if I go back, there we go. Talon managed to get a second class and a bruiser on his map, his game on Steps. But of course, he didn't pick up the Confederate, even though he got 3 kills, because of course he didn't hit enough of the enemy to actually get a Confederate. Whereas Angelina did. She managed to get a Confederate, but only 2 kills out of the game. But she got a very good performance indeed. So yes, Angelina did win the Weekend Lion last week. And now we'll have to find out if she'll do it this week. One replay has been sent in, so I'll do that as the next video, and you'll get to find out if she's actually set a high target. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.